Welcome to my channel, guys, and welcome to sunny Sydney. Anyway, today's video is all about how to surf the crimson wave like a boss. And one of the ways in which you can surf the crimson wave like a boss is doing yoga when you have your period to help relieve some of the menstrual cramps that could come up and then just that general sluggish feeling that you get. So without further ado, enjoy. Okay, welcome to the practice. So we are gonna come and lie down on our back. It's a nice place to start. So you're gonna bend your knees, allow your knees to drop in together, tuck your tailbone, walk the shoulder blades down the back, tuck the chin in so the back of the neck is long. And you're gonna place your hands on your upper belly and your rib cage so that as you inhale and exhale, you can feel your belly and your rib cage expand and rise as you breathe. So it's really important that we pay a lot of attention to the breath because it's going to put us in a more parasympathetic state. In other words, a more calm and more restorative state of the nervous system. You're going to inhale deeply and exhale fully. Now what we're going to do is take Ujjayi breath. And if you know that, just go ahead and do it. You're going to take 3 seconds in and 6 seconds out. If you don't know what I'm on about, we'll do this exercise together. Ujjayi is a type of breath in yoga that helps us to control the energy from the breath a whole lot more, rather than just kind of throwing it away. So to do this, we're going to take a deep breath in. Hold it when you get to the top, and you're going to make a restriction at the back of the throat, like you were trying to fog up glasses. So open your mouth, exhale, fog up those glasses. Good. Okay, now breathe in and try to maintain that restriction. And breathe out, fog up the glasses. Okay, try and breathe in again. Now this time, close your mouth, but maintain the restriction and the breath out. Okay, so inhale and exhale. So it should be audible, but it also should feel somewhat restricted. So I'd like you to continue breathing in this way throughout today's practice. Now, for those of you that have been doing Ujjayi breath for that whole time, you should probably be feeling pretty relaxed now. Let's come to hug the knees into the chest, give them a nice tight squeeze and just rock from side to side. We're going to keep hold of the right leg and let the left leg extend down to the floor. Take hold of that leg and start to pull it away from the joint as you move it around in a circle here, trying to create some space and movement at the joint. We're going to come into a twist. So you're going to take the leg across the body down to the floor. And as you do, you're going to extend the right arm back behind you so that we come into this reclining twist position. Exhale into this twist here. So really try to relax your stomach, your jaw, your chest, your face, anywhere that feels like it's restricted. We'll come back to center, hug that same knee in, and then release it down to the floor. We'll do the other side. So hug the left knee in, really compress here, and then take hold of the leg, pull it away from you and start to take it around in circles. Okay, we're really trying to create space in that joint and compression as well. And then we'll take that leg across the body all the way down to the floor, extend the left arm back behind you, relax your stomach, relax your inner thighs. This is the best way to get the full release here. And what we're aiming to do is compress and massage those abdominal organs as much as possible. Make sure you use the breath to relax here. Okay, we're going to come back to center. And from here, we're going to hug the knees in and just rock up and down the spine. So just keep rocking up and down until you get enough momentum to rock all the way up to a seated position. Now we're going to come into a cross-seated position. If you're super tight in the hips, just know that you can place a cushion or a block underneath your buttocks like so, which will lift your hips and make it easier. Now you're going to place your hands onto your knees and begin to move in a circular motion as I am here. Now you'll start small and then begin to increase the range. Yes, you might feel weird and witch-like if you've never done this before, but this undulation of the pelvis is incredibly beneficial for the hip joint. So we'll change sides. Make sure you're moving in both directions. Pay attention to the stiffer areas. Like just notice, is it the left side, the right side that's tighter? All these things are important to become aware of in our bodies, all these imbalances. Okay, and we're gonna take a side stretch now. So you're gonna take the right fingers to the floor, and as you reach that left arm up and over, take a deep breath in. Now, if you can, bring the forearm down to the floor. Try to push into the right fingertips to keep your left buttocks on the floor and keep it grounded as you stretch over. Now you're going to begin to tip down slightly. So tipping your armpit towards the floor and then slowly rolling forward and then coming all the way back up. So we'll repeat this on the other side. You're going to take the other arm up and over, lengthening here again. Make sure that that buttocks does not come off the floor, and then very slowly begin to tip. We want to try to access each angle of the back here, and then roll all the way around. Slowly unroll. Take your arms out to the side. Inhale, arms reach up, palms together, lengthen. And then exhale, bring the hands down through the center. We're going to come into an all fours position onto the hands and knees. So just allow yourself to come into that now. You're going to take your hands shoulder distance apart, your knees hip distance apart. Spread the fingers nice and wide here. Okay, make sure you're gripping into the fingertips and not dumping all the weight into your wrist. We're going to mobilize the spine. So from here, relax the stomach, the pelvis, and just look forward. Take a breath in. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone using your lower abs, belly hugs in, ribs pull in, push the floor away, head down. Inhale, begin to drop the belly, lift the head and the hips, heart opens, and the shoulders pull back, opening up through the chest. Exhale, again, starting from the belly, ribs, round the spine, push the floor away. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head and the hips, heart opens, shoulders pull back. Exhale, and inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. All right, tuck your toes, and we're going to press back into downward facing dog. Now, we're actually not going to stay in downward facing dog for too long, but just walk out through the heels, open up through the back of the legs. Downward facing dog is technically an inversion, and in yoga, during our menstrual cycle, we try to avoid inversions because we are trying to encourage that downward energy rather than an energy that's moving towards the head. But a little stretch here isn't going to hurt. Okay, so just go ahead again, shake out your head, yes and no, and walk out the heels as much as you feel you want to. Stretch it out a little here. Okay, and then from there you're going to bend your knees, look forward, and walk the feet up towards the hands. We're going to come into a forward fold here. Okay, make sure your feet are hip distance, bend at the knees a lot, really compress that lower abdomen area. You're then going to place your fingertips on the floor. The right leg is going to go back into a lunge and drop the back knee to the floor. Sink down here for a second. Allow your hips to just get used to it, and make sure you're not over flexing through that front knee. Make sure your knee is over your ankle. Now we're going to stretch it out a bit here through the whole front of your hip. So I want you to reach your left arm forward, as far forward as you can. Sink down, breathe in, open the arm up and around as you exhale, bringing the hand right down through, back through the center, and we'll go again. So matching it with the breath. Inhale, reach, come all the way up, keep breathing in as you go into the twist, exhaling. Again, inhale, begin to draw that breath in, lengthen, open it up, and twist around each rep, getting that little bit deeper. Bring it forward again, inhale, take it all the way up, around, really open up through the chest here, guys, as well. And then from there, both fingertips either side of the front foot, square off the hips slightly, strengthen up the legs. We're gonna activate through the hips a little bit more. So you're gonna inhale, reach both arms forward, try to gain that balance, lift up through the chest, open the arms out to the side, take your arms out wide, release down. So inhale, lengthen forward, up, open the chest, take it into a stretch, and then release it down. Inhale, exhale. Good, fingertips to the floor. From there, bring the weight forward, step the back foot to meet the front foot, and then bend your knees, fold forward, shake out your head, yes and no, really soften into this. Okay, we'll do the other side. Fingertips to the floor, left leg goes back into a long lunge here, guys. Make sure it's long. Okay, go ahead, allow the hips to just get used to this position. Drop the back knee down to the floor. From here, we're gonna reach that right arm forward. Inhale, lengthen, really reach out of the hip here. Take the arm forward, up, around, trace the biggest semicircle with your hand as possible. And then we'll take it forward. Inhale, lengthen, reach it up, open, and around. So inhale, lengthen. Notice I'm not just moving my arm, I'm moving my entire body. Open it all the way out. Reach and open. Good. From there, one more. Inhale. Open it up. Exhale. Beautiful. Okay, take that hand back down. Square off the hips here. Really make sure they're square. Firm up the legs. This requires core activation as well. Okay, reach your arms forward. Inhale, up. Open it out and around. So inhale, lengthen, lift the chest, open it out. Again, inhale, open and around. Beautiful. From there, step the back leg to meet the front, bend at the knees, drop your body forward and shake out your head, yes and no. Perfect. Okay, we're actually going to move into a squat. So enjoy this rest. Shake out your head, yes and no. Unroll slowly all the way up to standing, and then we'll set ourselves up. So take your feet wide for a squat position. Toes turn out here, chest up, core tight. You know what to do. Drop that butt back. 1, 2, we've got 20. 3, push. 4, I go deeper each set. 5, 6, try to squeeze your glute at the top. 7, this is massaging that ascending and descending colon. 8, 9, 10, 11. Exhale as you go up. That's it. 13, 14. Legs are burning. 15. Good. 16, 17, 18. Try to go deeper. Oh, okay. Skipped out on 2 reps. Do 2 more. Hands come down to the floor, and we're going into Malasana here. So that heat was built for that. Now, if your heels, right, are off the floor here, that's okay. Just keep your hands down and use your elbows to push your knees out wide like I'm doing here. If you can get your heels onto the floor, bring the palms together, but try to lift the heart up to meet the thumbs. Don't collapse through the chest here. Okay, we're gonna breathe here. Wherever you've chosen to be, try to feel the expansiveness on the inhalation, really lengthening up, and then grounding the pelvis down as you exhale. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Good. Place your hands back down to the floor. From here, we're going to come into a really wide child's pose to continue to work into the hips. Feet together, knees out, right out to the edges of your mat, butt to the heels, extend your arms forward and soften here. So really try to push your hips back and allow your heart to melt down in between the thighs here as much as possible. Relax your forehead, relax everything. Notice those areas of tension and breathe into that space. Okay, slowly walk yourself back up, bring the knees together, and then we'll fold into a more closed off child's pose. So rounding here, release your arms down by your side, let your forehead rest on the floor. This is delicious, and it just helps to really compress again through that lower abdominal area, which is going to help so much. Take a deep breath in, full breath out, unroll all the way back up. Come into an all fours position and then press back into downward facing dog. Okay, a little bit of down dog here, and then come forward into a push-up position. Lower down as you exhale. Okay, I'm about to ask you to do something that I normally actually tell you not to do, which is to leave your hips down on the floor when you take a semi-upward dog position. What I need you to do is squeeze your butt like you have never squeezed it before, okay? So squeeze it, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now on screen. Squeeze it as hard as you possibly can. And from here, belly in, you're gonna push your hands into the floor, roll the shoulders back, and lift your chest off the floor. Don't stop squeezing your butt. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through the butt. Feel your abs stretch. Pull the chest and the heart forward. Keep squeezing your butt. And then exhale, release down when you're ready. The reason we squeeze the butt is to facilitate what's called, by the way, press back into child's pose. It's to facilitate what's called reciprocal inhibition. So when you squeeze your hip extensors, the hope there is that you can release your hip flexors. P.S. We've moved on to our back. So make your way onto your back now because we are going to come into Savasana. So hug your knees into your chest, squeeze the knees in, and then slowly release down. I'm happy for you to take a bent knee Shavasana or a straight-legged Shavasana. Bent knee will just take the pressure off the lower back. As you can see, you can tuck your tailbone to lengthen that area. It takes the pressure off the lower spinal vertebra. Otherwise, straight legs is fine. We're gonna really commit to relaxation here. This is where all the good stuff happens, right? But relaxation, sadly, does not come naturally to most of us. It is a practice and it needs to be cultivated. So while you're here, take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, give yourself permission to relax. Allow your feet to relax, your ankles, your shins, your knees, your thighs, all to relax, to soften as you exhale. Notice your hips and your stomach and try to consciously let those areas of the body go. Relax your lower back, your chest, your arms, your hands. Notice the back of the neck, your jaw, your eyes, and your forehead, and feel it relax when you next exhale. Allow your entire body to fully and completely surrender. You're welcome to stay here. Otherwise, feel free to reach your arms up, hug your knees into your chest, rock up to a seated position. And that, Virtue Crew, is the end of the practice. Thank you so much. Namaste.